beloveds. Camera angle's just a little weird today, but I'm not going to mess with it. It's a beautiful sunny day out there. It's in the 40s, but the high's going to be like 71. So it's going to be a gorgeous day. And yeah, you want to talk about truth and beauty, but we're not here to talk about truth and beauty. We're actually moving to chapter 7, which is reality and illusion. So let's do the housekeeping first. And when I say housekeeping, all I mean is reminding you that we are Creative Life Spiritual Center. The website is creativelife.org. The constant contact email, you get 1 email a week, just tells you what's going on for the week and the month. And the hot links are hot. So, email info@creativelife.org. You get, like I said, 1 email a week. Unless something unusual happens. It's a real person doing it. Okay. And then we don't monetize the social medias. So what we ask you to do is go like, subscribe, share, follow, comment based on the platform. And that way it bumps us in the algorithms so more people see our stuff because we think we have good tools to share. Okay. That is the housekeeping. Now we are moving on to a new chapter. We are on chapter 7. We are almost halfway through because there are 15 chapters in here. So we're closing in on halfway through. Now I say that halfway through, but we're only this far into the book. So some of these later chapters must be pretty long. So yeah, but we are moving on into reality and illusion. Let me remind you that we have 4 voices. The farer, which is me and you. We're the ones on the journey. The scribe, who describes the situation. The voice the presence, which is the voice celestial. That is that still small inner voice that we're always listening for. And then the voice of the aged masters, but we haven't met that voice yet. So, yeah, that is where we are. All right. So chapter 7, reality and illusion. Oh, this is different. It starts with part 1. We're not even starting with a voice. We're starting with part 1. All right. Whew. Nice deep breath, right? Poetry. Truth bears no age, nor can the searcher trace one line of care, time chiseled on its face. Impersonal as justice, impassively it binds the false and sets the captive free. While blind illusion thrusts the truth apart and clasps the lie more fervently to its heart, man, self-deceived, is by himself bereft. When faith departs and only fear is left, antiquity, though graced with well-fringed stole and cassock, chasuble or priestly scroll, cannot compel life's law to serve the claims of superstition lit with candle flames. For truth and law, though differing in act, proclaim infallible the eternal fact that life reflects in form immaculate the image cast by thought, and soon or later we reap the harvest and we pay the score for false conception or for wisdom's lore. How often men have bowed the knee in prayer unto the God whom they projected there, or gods whom other men have claimed to find, and every worshipper doth see behind the idol's face what he believes he sees behind the idol's face. On bended knee he looks into a mirror, sees reflected what he in faith or unbelief projected. All unaware that in himself alone the truth is found, the sacred stone appears as real and icons on the altar reflected the incense, candle, and psalter. And we pick up with the presence. Illusion lies in failure to detect the source of truth, and so believes effect to be the cause. 'Tis here you find the fusion of superstition wed to pseudo-reason, Of all the errors which do damn the race, this is the worst, that man has sought to place causation on the outside, not within himself. The Farer. What you call error, some call sin. The Presence. I do not speak alone of ethic laws, but of the false conception. For the cause lies neither in an outraged deity nor in a field of force and energy, but in the self and what man thinks and feels, and what his thought about the thing reveals. You see a shadow where the day is fair, and say, I know a man is standing there. But that does not describe the man at all. If he be stout and short, or slim and tall, nor if he be a madman or a seer. Nor one we hate, nor one we hold most dear. We cannot know our world by sense, however keen, by what we hear or what our eyes have seen. The meaning hidden in the world of light cannot be known except by second sight. The world phenomenal is but the face or image of the soul of things we trace. The forms we see, the visible, and make our judgments by appearances. Mistake the semblance for the real, but learn that we must pierce the form to find reality. The Farer. How great thou art, O voice, how great thou art. I hear thy speech at last within my heart. I have no doubt of thee, thy words contain the song of songs, yet I still have to gain such understanding as to pierce the veil of unreality, and without fail to rend the tissue of pretense that binds me to the human sense, and know the truth that will unwind the shroud of death from anguished mind. The Presence. Within yourself, the undiscovered truth lies hid in you, the very goal you seek. And though your quest should lead through lands afar, you will return and find the truth where you are. Begin with this. There is within the self a quality of being absolute. You are with it identified. For if you are, and if the absolute is all, then you are one with all. In this lies the mystery of being. You may say, I am, thou art, God is. But that does not define the causeless cause, nor can it be defined, for to define is but to limit it. And to be limited is not to be the absolute. It is at once the known and the unknowable. Do not despair, for though the mystery seems great, it is no greater than men find in their attempt to deal with time and space, and comprehend the galaxies that stretch out to infinity, although from them can be attained a partial concept of eternity. But let it rest. The finite has no need to comprehend the infinite. The finite has no need to comprehend the infinite. It is enough to know the absolute exists as source of all, and holds the universe intact and fills all space, and ever present is with all its power at every point, yet is not seen, not known, save that we feel assured by this. It is, and it is everywhere. Yet he who claims, I see it, is by himself deceived. What he has seen is his experience in individual and finite form. The absolute is not removed from time, yet is not time from space, yet is not space from energy, yet is not energy from ether, yet is not ether, nor void, though itself is not the void. It can, perhaps, be best conceived in abstract terms, the elemental principle, to thus make real the bridge between the unknown and the known, the causeless cause from which proceeds all things, and minds, and movements, and all thought without an end. If then, as ancients said, it is everywhere, it is in man, in every age, in every faith, and in the minds of all the seers, this was the key to the unknown and otherwise unknowable. He knows who knows himself. The voice of man becomes the voice of God, and man is thus the inlet and the outlet to the one and only God, whom he can ever know. Man is the key. The voice of the sages become the voice of God to all the ages. The Farer. I oft have heard the words, man, know thyself, yet truly found no meaning clear to me. The Presence. He knows himself who finds within himself the being who upholds the self, and knows him as the one supreme eternal being. The Farer. Such concept of myself seems far too deep for me, but gladly would I welcome it, were it to open doors into the real, and give me the sight to penetrate the cloud of my unknowing, and bring to light the cause and cure of my own ignorance. For what I see seems real, and I do not discern between the false and true. My eyes behold the ever-moving forms that come and go, where ceaseless change of scene portrays to me the movement of some power, invisible, hid in mystery. Reality, it seems, is veiled through all creation. What is this veil? The Presence. No mist or cloud by God's design doth veil reality, but you, in ignorance of cause and of effects, give substance to the world of form and call it matter, thinking it to be a thing apart from mind because it has another name. And when you have conceived it thus, you hold yourself as subject to its laws, conditioned by a force extraneous to yourself, although your so-called matter is extended mind and is itself conditioned by your thought. For nothing can exist apart from it. There is no so-called thing. So free yourself from the illusions of your senses. Sanity requires adjustments of the mind between the thing as it appears and what it is. The thing, in fact, and in reality, the tree beside the road as you pass swiftly by appears to move, but in your mind you make adjustment to it, contradict the false, and so arrive at truth. The Farer. This I perceive. Self-conscious life must ever look for cause and mode of motion in the finite world. But whence did the appearance come? From what? How is it that something is construed from nothing into itself? And we're going to stop there. Because it's a good question to contemplate. And we will pick up tomorrow with the Presence. I have a sneaking suspicion this one's gonna make us work for it. Because he's sitting here telling us that, we're calling matter something different because we've given it a different name, but it's not different. Ooh, it's still the same. It's still the same thing, but we're confused because we've labeled it. And I do appreciate that he said in there the known and the unknown, because when we try to know it, when we try to describe it, we limit it. And that, my dears, is the human condition. We are constantly labeling and limiting. Maybe we need to start giving up the L's, but just not the big one. Let's not give up the love. Let's give up the labels and the limits and turn it all into love. All right, beloveds. I'm going to move on into the process of my day. So I'm going to encourage you to have a great day, a wondrous day, a fantastic day, a magical day, an enchanted day, a wonderful day, an awesome day, an amazing day. Go enjoy the sunshine day. Go dance in the sunshine day. Bundle up a little bit day. Enjoy the cooler weather day. Cuddle your fur babies day. Tell somebody you love them day. Remember who you are day. Let go of the labels and the limits day. You got this day. A good day. And if that is too much pressure, simply have a day. You are enough. Just as you are. You are a beloved expression of the divine. You are spirit in motion, God in action, a brilliant light, a divine spark, a beautiful masterpiece, and a work in progress at the same time at your own pace. And as Reverend Jesse likes to call us, you are a godling. All right, explore the truth of your being. Get to know who the divine knows you to be, because the divine knows you to be good. And from there, all things are possible. All right, beloveds. Reverend David should be on around 5 p.m. with you. I'll be back with you around 9 a.m. tomorrow. Take care of yourself. Know that you are loved. Yeah. Know that you are loved, and know that you are loved. And I will see you next time.